According to the FBI, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, through their intermediary Farhad Shakeri, an Afghan man hired Pop Rivera, a 49-year-old welder from Brooklyn, New York, as one of the individuals allegedly involved in an assassination plot. In November 2024, after Trump won the election, the FBI's investigation uncovered damning evidence, including text messages, photos, and voice recordings that detailed surveillance and assassination plans. But why would Iran want to assassinate President Trump? It all started back in 2020 when 3 U.S. Reaper drones, armed with Hellfire missiles, lay in wait for an Airbus A 320 from Damascus to land. It was here that 2 cars arrived to pick up one of the Middle East's most feared generals, Qassem Soleimani of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. At that moment, the Reaper drone launched 3 Hellfire missiles at the 2 vehicles, sending them airborne. We also have the exact geolocation of where this happened. As you can see from the map, these are the vehicles that were destroyed, along with their corresponding latitudes and longitudes. More details all in the video ahead. Let's go back to where this all started in detail, the 3rd of January 2020. From Syria, Damascus, the Wings Airlines Flight 501 started its engine down the runway at Damascus International Airport. At U.S. Baghdad International Airport, there are 3 U.S. Reaper drones that is capable of silently loitering for some time. They are waiting for Soleimani to get into a Toyota Camry sedan and an SUV. But why is he a high-value target? Well, the decision to take out the General Soleimani was because around 580 Americans lost their lives due to his planning and executions, and finally, on the 27th of December 2019, a rocket attacked by Soleimani-backed militia kills an American contractor at the K-1 Air Base in Iraq. 4 days later, on New Year's Eve, more armed militia vandalized the reception area at the American Embassy in Baghdad City. These attacks infuriate U.S. President Donald Trump. So he decides to eliminate Soleimani once and for all. But late on New Year's Eve 2019, President Donald Trump decides to take the risk and orders a drone strike to kill Soleimani. Despite an earlier delay to Soleimani's flight, the CIA has been prepared for every contingency in this operation earlier in the day. At 10:30 a.m., the first Reaper drone took up station above Baghdad International Airport. Since then, a rotation of UAV has been continually monitoring the area and ready to strike should Soleimani arrive early. These drones have been launched from Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, ensuring they were ready to execute the mission as soon as the opportunity presented itself. Interestingly, the drones involved in this operation are being controlled remotely from an Air Force base in Nevada. Despite the lethal potential of these Reaper drones, the Air Traffic Control Tower at Baghdad International Airport is notified of their presence and assured by American officials that the drones are unarmed and merely providing security overwatch. At 12:32 a.m., Wings Airlines Airbus A 320 finally lands. Shortly after, 2 vehicles, an SUV and a white Toyota Camry, drive through a private or cargo gate and onto the tarmac to meet the aircraft. These vehicles are carrying key Iran-backed Iraqi militia figures, led by Abu Mahdi al-Mohandes, the commander of the Popular Mobilization Forces. Al-Mohandes, a close ally and longtime friend of Qassem Soleimani, steps out to greet the Iranian general as he disembarks from the plane. At this moment, the Reaper drones confirm their positive identification of Soleimani, and the operation is officially given the green light. Soleimani and al-Mohandes exchange greetings before entering the lead vehicle of the convoy. This small convoy, consisting of 2 vehicles, drives back through the cargo gate and onto the access road leading out of the airport. As the convoy proceeds, one of the Reaper drones arms its Hellfire missiles and tracks the movement of Soleimani's group. The drone operators stationed in Nevada await the final order to strike. The vehicles are about to merge onto the highway leading toward downtown Baghdad when the command is given. The Reaper drone fires 3 Hellfire missiles, 2 targeting the lead vehicle, which carries Soleimani and al-Mohandes, and 1 aimed at the following SUV. At 12:40 a.m., the missiles hit their targets with deadly precision, obliterating both vehicles and eliminating all of the occupants. In total, 10 people are lost their lives in the strike, including Soleimani, al-Mohandes, and 5 members of Iran's elite Revolutionary Guard. Following the successful strike, the drones immediately exit the airspace and their surveillance duties are taken over by 3 F-18 Super Hornets. although the air traffic control tower requests that the fighter jets also leave the area. One Super Hornet remains on station to document the aftermath of the strike, ensuring there is visual confirmation of Soleimani's death. The assassination of Qassem Soleimani marks a significant escalation in US-Iran tensions, creating a ripple effect to this day. Let's take a look at the Hellfire missile. The missile has a laser seeker on its nose that detects the laser light reflecting off the target. It's designed to seek and destroy tanks and other anti-aircraft weapons. In response to Soleimani's assassination, the Iranian government vowed retaliation, swiftly preparing to strike back at American forces in Iraq. Just after midnight on January 8, 2020, Iraqi Prime Minister Adil Abdul Mahdi received a direct warning from the Iranian Revolutionary Guard that an attack was imminent. The primary target at Al-Assad Air Base in western Iraq, which housed nearly 2,000 U.S. service members. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps IRGC launched over 12 ballistic missiles at the Al-Assad Air Base in Al-Anbar Governorate, western Iraq, as well as another airbase in Erbil, in response to the assassination of Major General Qassem Soleimani by a United States drone strike. Lieutenant Colonel Tim Garland, stationed at the base, was alerted to the incoming threat by the Pentagon and immediately began organizing evacuation. By 1 a.m., most U.S. personnel had been successfully moved to safety, while essential base staff were left behind to take cover in a small bunker. At 1:30 a.m., the Iranian Revolutionary Guard launched a barrage of Farhad and ballistic missiles toward Al-Assad. This is one of Iran's ballistic missiles. It can carry a warhead weighing between 760 and 1,200 kilograms, which translates to 1,675 and 2,645 pounds. How it works. Step 1. The missile is positioned at a 90-degree angle and then fired. Step 2. The ballistic missile's trajectory takes it outside or near the edge of Earth's atmosphere. Step 3. The warhead payload separates from the rocket that carried it aloft and re-enters the atmosphere, descending towards its target. Step 4. The missile can carry a single or multiple warheads, depending on the variant. The warhead separates from the single-stage rocket after it has traveled about more than half the distance to its target. The most prolific Scud variants had a circular error probable of 300 to 450 meters. This means that 50% of the missiles fired at a target would land within a circle of that diameter. The newly established U.S. Space Force detected the missile launches early and relayed urgent warnings to the base, giving the last remaining Americans just enough time to seek cover. At 1:34 a.m., the first missile hit Bravo Ramp, severely damaging 6 air maintenance facilities. For nearly 3 hours, the missile assault continued, with explosions rocking the base until 4 in the morning. As dawn broke, base personnel cautiously emerged from their bunkers to surveying the damage. The airfield was scarred with craters and several buildings were destroyed, but thanks to the early warning system, no American service members lost their lives. However, over 100 personnel suffered traumatic brain injuries from the blasts, many of which would take time to be diagnosed and treated. We get our sources from Ground News, so scan the QR code or click the link in the description.